Boxing reporter here at Arnies Gym in Failsworth, and we're delighted to be joined by Jimmy Kelly. How are you doing, Jimmy?
Not bad, mate. How's yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Obviously, plenty of changes since we last spoke. I think it was 12 months ago.
Yeah.
We'll come on to the new promotional deal in a minute. If we just go back a little bit, a few months ago, you teamed up now with Anthony Farnell, boxing here out of Arnies Gym. How did the link-up come about, and how will Anthony benefit your career?
I think it made me comeback fight after the Dennis Logan fight, the end of May in Leeds. I went on holiday afterwards. I just felt like I needed a change. You get to a point in anything, jobs, relationships, where you just feel like I need a bit of a fresh start, a bit of a change of scenery, change of routine, and that's what I've done. So I had a chat with Arnie, I come down, had a chat, and I started a couple of weeks after. So yeah, I think I learned a lot of good defence stuff off Lee Baird, but I was a pressure fighter, and I got a lot of stoppages, so it's just bringing some of the stuff that I used to do back in, but not forgetting obviously what I've learned and me craft and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to the difference.
Obviously, fast forward to a few weeks ago, I think it's a couple of weeks ago, you obviously signed with Greg Cohen Promotions. Again, tell us how that came about and what that'll do for your career.
How it came about? I was just looking for the best option. I started working with a friend of mine in like March. James, he's from the local area, and I just said, "Can you manage me?" sort of thing, and he said, "Well, yeah, I can do." Not done anything in boxing, but obviously whatever business he's done, he's been successful in. So, we got on board, and I just felt like. We had a chat. He just said, "What direction do you want to go?" So it'd be nice to get in the States and get some big fights over there. Like a lot of. I said we were watching Joshua fight. A lot of all the English fighters over there making some good names and some good money. So we heard about that, and then Chris Glover, who does my media work, he was training with Andre Rozier and the guys at Havoc in Brooklyn. So I signed an advisory deal with him, and he delivered the promotional contracts. And like I said, I think it's going to be massive for my career. They just signed myself, they just signed Mickey Bay, former world champion, so looking at moving pretty quick and getting big fights and that, and I'm happy with that.
Have you got any fight dates or opponents as of yet?
No, they've got we'll be fighting for Christmas, and obviously we'll see after that, but no, I've signed 3 years, 3 fights a year, so I'm going to be pretty busy in that, so I'm looking forward to getting the first one out there, obviously in New York, and getting moving.
Is that where is it going to be mainly based on the East Coast?
I think, yeah, before I believe, I think like mainly based East Coast, New York, and maybe Minnesota at times, but between there. So I think with the Irish that live over there, and maybe with my ancestry, I think it's a bright thing to go at, a good market to try tap into.
Obviously, in the middleweight divisions, plenty of big champions, Canelo, Golovkin. What's your? Have you got a route that you'd like to take, or have you got any names that you think, do you know what, I wouldn't mind a crack at them, to kind of get yourself into that world title contention?
Yeah, I think there you got the likes of Golovkin and the likes of Canelo. They're like the elite of the division, but then you've got Murata, who's WBA champion from Japan. So maybe if you're looking at taking steps towards them, you've got to be going through the likes of Murata and the other fighters that are at that level before you start looking at them. And that's I think, like I said, Greg Cohen had Rob Brandt, who obviously beat Murata and then went to Japan but lost a rematch. So I've got the team there. My team have already worked with him, so I don't see why that can't be a fight that can be made sometime next year.
Well, is it mainly going to be based out in America, or will there be fights in the UK still?
What I believe all my fights going to be in America, unless obviously it's a big fight that goes to purse bids and then the other promoter wins sort of thing. But initially, all my fights going to be over there. Like I said, if it comes that I've got to go to Japan to fight Murata or wherever, that's just the luck of the draw, and that's just boxing. Like I said, if they win the purse bids, which we're the champions, so that's the direction I probably have to go. Yeah, but I'm happy to be based out there. Like I said, it's But if all fighters want to box there, and I love to box at the Garden and all that, so we'll see what happens.
Well, plenty of potential, obviously. for you there. Moving on to a couple of other things that have happened in boxing recently, obviously, I'd always like to get your opinion on your friend Tyson Fury. Give us your thoughts on his fight with Otto Wallin, and obviously the comments from his father John Fury after the fight. What do you think?
Probably his comments from his dad were probably in the heat of the moment. He probably feels a bit helpless because he wasn't there. You're watching on TV and your son's cut, and you probably just feel a bit helpless. Like if it was my son, like, and I had to watch him on the side of the world, you'd feel a bit like still your little boy in it, regardless of he's fucking nearly 20 foot, but it was still being a little boy. So he probably got him, and it's quite an emotional fella anyway, and he probably wasn't right asking his opinion. Then his opinion might have been different a couple of days later once he's not in the heat of the moment. In regards to Tyson, like, everyone has off nights, and you know, against Wilder he looked fantastic, and against that Tom Schwartz he looked great, but you know, everybody has off nights, and he's entitled to an off night, and it's just one of them things. That I remember when he used to spar like Jimmy Egan's, and that when he used to spar someone good, he was like on the ball and really sharp and alert, but if the sparring partner wasn't like at the best of the ability, he'd drop his level. But that, people might say it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing as well, because when it comes to a Wilder rematch, he's not just gonna he's gonna know that he's in danger, so he's gonna raise his game, and he can raise his game. But again, he got 12 rounds. He come through that cut. Would the fight have been different if he didn't get cut? Like, I think so. Yeah, it's a fucking massive cut. He had a gash like Katie Price, so you know what I mean, we can't help him there. And I don't know. I like he's normally quite on the back foot, and his time was just off. And as a fighter, you know, sometimes it's just one of those nights where no matter how hard you try, you're just a couple of seconds off or a couple of milliseconds off, and it's frustrating. And then Ben Davison just said, like, shoot and smother, like, stop the count, which I thought was good. Instead of being on the back foot and you're just missing your shots or your time is not there, you know, you're a bigger guy, just shoot, and then when he tries to counter, just hold and smother the counter. And I think he's done that, and you know, I don't think he's getting as much credit for coming through the fight with a cut like that than he should, because he's massive.
Do you think, like, obviously talking of the cut, like, there's a few people in the industry saying that perhaps, like, if that wasn't Tyson Fury, the fight would have been stopped. Do you agree with that, or?
He's a big guy. He was in control of the fight, and he still controlled the fight. He was made to work, but if he had that cut and it was the other way around, valid, the way that the fight was going, and he's on the receiving end, it probably would have been stopped. But because Tyson was ahead and he was controlling it, you know, he was just sort of left to it, which, you know, people might say, oh, it's a bad cut, and that, but it's not affecting his vision. It is a bad cut, but if it's not affecting his vision, his cutman done a great job, and he's winning the fight, and he's in control, and he's not getting any punishment, he's not taking big shots as a result of the cut. It's like, let him go, and it's, like I said, it's that top level. You just got to let it go. And he's shown that he can come through things, hasn't he, when he's been put down and whatnot. So we're getting this hindsight, and everyone that has something to say.
Obviously, next fight on the card for him looks like the Deontay Wilder rematch. Bearing in mind, obviously Wilder is supposed to be fighting Lewis Ortiz if he comes through that. Think Tyson can beat Wilder in the rematch? Yeah,
I think again he went from losing 10 stone to 2 quick warm-up fights, then to that fight, and to perform how he done was great. I know Wilder said, oh, I've ruined him, he's got concussion and that, he's not been the same, but he looked great in the Tom Schwartz fight. So he's had some good rounds, he's had 14 good rounds since, so I think he'll be even better for the. And Wilder's not fought. Well, he's fought Brazil, but you know, lasted 30 seconds or something like that. So he don't have much ring time. So I'd have to go for Tyson again. And again, it'll be a similar fight where he'll probably have to go down and take some big shots, and he'll just come through it.
Is he the best heavyweight in the world right now?
I think so. Like, I think he beats Andy Ruiz. I think style-wise, Andy Ruiz looked good against Joshua because Joshua was stiff. I don't think he'd look that good. I don't think he'd be able to close that distance like he did against Joshua with Tyson. Tyson will move and be too elusive. So I think the two best are Wilder. I think Wilder knocks Ruiz out as well. And I was saying before, when we're surprised, I like Ruiz, and I backed him to win the first fight, but I won't be surprised in the second fight if it's like a Buster Douglas where he doesn't raise his game to that again. You know, I see him buying his cars and this, that and the other, and it might be different when he was like, had no money, he was hungry, and now he's got his millions. He might just take that. That could be a difference of him getting up and coming, firing back in that third round, or thinking, I've been put down, let me just see this round out, and that could be the difference in the fight. It's all mentality in it.
It is. Talking of other fighters coming back, I don't know if you've heard the rumours, Nigel Benn is set to make a return at the age of 55. What are your thoughts on that?
He's in good shape, and you know, my dad's 51 and he's in great shape and he's fit and he still trains, so we'll see. I mean, Sakio Beak is a tough fight though.
Very tough.
I remember watching him when he fought Ksivlogan, and I was like, wow, this guy's a right tough cunt. And I don't know, he's world champion with a Beaker, so I don't know. It could be a tough fight for him, depends how he performs.
Obviously, we're talking about you going stateside. There was obviously a fight announced, and an unusual one at that the other week. KSI and Logan Paul, two YouTubers getting professional licenses. Give us your thoughts on that, and is this going to be a thing now? Do you think this is going to be a thing that we're going to see more regularly?
I think so. I think that's the next curve for like boxing, and that's like social media. It's not just going to be selling tickets now, it's like your social media and your brand is building. And, no, people are criticising it, and I do see the criticism, but the normal people as well, like you're entitled to get a boxing licence, where you've got like a right load of idiots that get licensed and just become journeymen. Everyone's entitled to get a licence. You know, did he deserve to be main event? Like, well, they've not really done anything toward it in boxing, but the views are going to come in and like it'll be massive. So it's just one of them. I think Eddie Hearn's been smart about it. Like, you got to move with the times. We'll talk about Thomas Cook and that fucking just gone under. Like, you've got to move with the times, and your business has always got to be like moving forward and being new. And even if you agree with it or not, like if it makes money, you've got to do it. And they're also going to get a lot of views, a lot of buys in that DAZN. And you know what fighters he's got in the card, Devin Haney, that they're going to bring a whole new audience over. But because the people who watch that, who don't really care about boxing, go, oh shit, that good fight, that Devin Haney, you know. Like Billy Joe Saunders, what a good fight, like I'll watch him next time. So you could be, I didn't see their already good profile and their good following. So, you know, people might not like it, but it's an entertainment business and it's a money business in it. So if they're bringing, if Eddie Hearn's got to do this show or a couple of shows like that to bring in 10 or 15% more regular watchers of boxing, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do.
Did you catch the first fight between the two of them at all?
You know, I was in Manchester, I didn't bother. I don't even know who any of them are really. I still don't. You know what I mean, I know that they're YouTubers, but that's often they've made a bit of money, but they can't fight, and just is what it is, isn't it?
Finally, moving back to fighters who have had a long career but successful career as well. We spoke about him before. Canelo, obviously jumping two weight classes to fight Sergey Kovalev. Thoughts on him jumping the two weight classes, and can he do it? Can he beat Kovalev?
I think he can. I think Kovalev looked vulnerable in the yard fight. He was getting his jab off good, and he won the fight with his jab really, but his balance was all over. It was like times he was just falling over his own feet, and I thought his legs are gone. I mean, the sign of a fight that's shot. He was proper sturdy balancing that a couple of years ago, but his legs are gone now, in my opinion. And that 8th round, when Yard set about him, 8th or 9th round, he caught him to the body, and I thought, I kept saying through the fight, I said, no, Yard's got to go to the body here, and he never did. And he's a good body puncher, and I thought if he goes to the body, he'll stop him. But obviously he couldn't get past that jab, but Canelo will obviously slip and duck under his jab, and he'll go to the body straight away. And I don't know, would he beat him before, when he was beating the likes of Hopkins and that, he wouldn't have gone anywhere near him. But now I think the right time to get him, and it's to get another world title in another weight class, so it is smart, and he knows he's not the fighter that he was. So good, so smart.
Do you reckon it's the last fight for Kovalev? If he loses one last hurrah, take the money and run?
Yeah, he's fought in Mandatory, he fought Yard in Mandatory, like the British guy, so he had his little homecoming thing in Russia and all that, so that's a box tick. Then it's like, oh well, I'm having my massive payday now in Vegas. I've so many time world champion, I've done more than anyone can dream of in boxing, you know, so I'll go out against a superstar and make some good money, so happy days, and dried off into the sunset, can't I?
Absolutely. Finally, give you the last word. talk about top boxes being ticked there for Kovalev. Have you got any boxes that you want to tick in your career before you hang the gloves up?
Yeah, I want to be world champion. I want to have some good fights. I want to fight at, like I said, the Guard. I want to fight at MGM. I want to be involved in some good nights. And hopefully the team that I'm with now, I'm confident that they're the ones that'll deliver it. So just about keeping me down, working hard, which I've had. It took quite a while to obviously sort it out. So I was expecting a fight early August, then late August, and then it's going to be looking like end of October, November now. But the thing that I didn't want to just rush anything, and then be in the same position. I wanted to set something up, so I'm set for the next 3 years, which I am. I've got 3 fights a year, so I've got 9 fights minimum, so I'm happy with that.
Super. Well, best of luck going out to America in your first fight. Let us know, keep us updated on that, and thank you very much for giving us some of your time today.
No problem, mate. Thank you for the time.
No problem.